I really didn't even know how to start this. But I feel like I've been getting harassed and stalked by the security at my building in Eastern Michigan, Thompson Towers. And I had been telling this man that someone was stalking me, and he was saying, what a shame, and all this stuff. And I gave them details, him and his other security guards. They're giving them details about what the guy was doing and all that. So I said I even have to start putting a lot of stuff at my door because they was coming in my house, on my apartment when I'm asleep. And taking things, started with like clothes, shoes, jewelry, a lot of jewelry. And then they started taking food. But the last thing that I remember them taking was my gun. This man has a master key. The landlord of my building gave these guys master keys to get in our apartment, claiming it's for emergency purposes. Mind you, I have no emergency when this man was in my apartment, which he claimed he wasn't in there. I saw the man looking at me. I had no clothes on in my bathroom. So when I told on him, when the police came out to talk to me, the policeman asked me, am I on medication? And I'm like, what does that got to do with the price of butter? Like, you should be trying to get this criminal over here and stop trying to make me out of the criminal. I'm the victim right now. So it's just been a lot going on, and it's really getting to me. And yes, everybody want to say, go ahead and move. It's not that easy. I'm only one being by myself. I don't have nobody to move me. I don't have a place to move and the money to move with. If I could get a GoFundMe or something like that to move, I would be out of here in a hurry, because this has been going on much too long, and then it's just getting worse and worse. I'm asleep, and I got up and used the bathroom around 5 something in the morning, 5 to 6 or something like that. I go to the bathroom because I really wasn't able to sleep the whole night because someone kept pacing by my door. So every time I would look out there, I didn't see anybody, or if I'm living right by the back door. So that made it easier for whoever's stalking it and doing all this stuff. It makes them easier to do what they're going to do because I'm right at the back door. My floor is a really quiet floor. There's not a lot of people, like in and out, and nobody's really noisy. And my TV be a little loud sometimes because I can't hear that good. But anyway, I'm just wanting to be safe. A lot of stuff happened when the situation when they thought I was missing or whatever. And I've just been going through a lot, so nobody knew where I was at. But when I found out there was a missing report and all this stuff, somebody told me what's going on. The one person that I did tell, well, 2 people I told, but they didn't know where I was at or any of that. And I got food and treat to go up to a place that they said would be safer for me. They would have resources for me. They was going to help me find another place, another apartment that's much better than this and all this stuff. And I went for the okie doke, and they ended up putting me into a mental home, a mental hospital, and made me get on medication, or said I was going to have to go to court. And I guess the doctor petitioned for me to go there because I went to the crisis center with these 2 ladies that told me all about all these resources and the help, and they all lied. I ended up going someplace. I had to take all my clothes off. They searched my whole body. Took all my jewelry, all of my phones and my iPads. I love my my iPads and stuff. It just kind of keeps me company because I'm a loner. I don't be around a lot of people. But that gives nobody a right to keep coming in my apartment with a key. But my apartment, there's so many things been missing and stolen, but my door has never been kicked in. So who has the key? Because I didn't give nobody my key. I had the locks changed about 3 or 4 times that I had to pay for. And do you think I'm going to keep giving somebody my key? I'm going to give them the key so they can, just come on in when you want to, even when she sleep, even when she's in the bathtub, even when she's on the toilet. Minding my business. I'm in my place. I'm thinking I should be safe in there. I have to put a ton of stuff at the door, glass and broken stuff, and just so I could hear, because I haven't been here when they are in my apartment. So it just hurts that someone can come right on in your house, in your place, while you're asleep and take your whole gun. That was a little bit of protection I thought I had, but hey, they had the upper hand on me. They had the upper hand on me, telling me the police ain't seeing nothing. The manager in the building ain't saying nothing. She first started saying she didn't know who to believe, him or me, the security guard or me. That was the first time I went to talk to her. Second time I went to talk to her, she said, okay, yeah, he said he was in your apartment, but he said he knocked. I said, that's a lie. That's a lie. He didn't knock, and I didn't even know that man was in there until I looked up and seen him. I heard some noises. My TVs were on, but they were on mute. I had an Echo 11 that was on playing a Western, but I had it really low. So it was just real quiet that Sunday evening. And everybody was outside. It was a beautiful day, and I wanted to go outside, but I was so caught up in what's been going on in my apartment, I haven't been able to come outside and even enjoy a beautiful day because of this man. So today, I was sitting in the lobby with the neighbor, and we were sitting there talking. I just came out the office, sitting there talking, and then the guard had just got to work. He came and told us to leave out the lobby, and then the lady that was with me, she went on and went outside. I was sitting there because I was trying to figure out which way I was going to go, but I decided to come out the door, and I was looking at, he was looking at me, like he was going to do something to me. So I'm like, what the? So I looked at him with the frown on my face. He told me that I better not look at him with no frown. I better not look mean to him. He's standing there with a damn gun and a taser. He know how to get in my apartment when I'm sleeping. They know how to get in my apartment when I'm not there. Right now, I'm outside. He could be in there having somebody stuffed in there somewhere to do something to me. I don't know. I can't even sleep at night because I'm thinking, who is this doing all this crazy stuff? People trying to make it look like I'm crazy. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I got some disabilities. I walk with a walker. I'm a 62-year-old woman that lives basically by myself. And this stuff is really not, this is not no fun thing to do. I want my life to be happy. That's all I want it to be. Happy and comfortable in my place. I was buying me like summer clothes and stuff like that so I can feel comfortable, and I want to look nice and look good too. So I buy stuff and they just come and take it. I went to Bath and Body. I spent almost $200 on some nice things for myself. And I don't even have half of that stuff right now. I don't think, not half of it. They just come and take whatever they want. And the landlord, the manager lady told me, call the police. That's all she kept telling me, to keep calling the police. But then when you keep calling the police, they looking at you like you is crazy. But these the same police that had me and choked me until I passed out. They held me down on the ground on the night of Mother's Day a couple of years ago. So I thought I died because I didn't see nothing but dark and I didn't hear anything else. I just kept saying, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And I was begging, I was crying, please let me go in my apartment, because they wanted to make me go to the hospital. I originally called 911 because my legs was bothering me. I couldn't stand up on my legs. I had no feeling in my legs. So when the ambulance got there, they asked me, did I want to go to the hospital? I said, yeah. When they got me on a gurney, and then when we get downstairs in front of my building, something just wasn't right, wasn't feeling right in my spirit about these two guys. And I don't know, I think with the fear I had in me, because it was something that just wasn't right. And I stood up and I told him I'm going back in my apartment. I said, I don't want to go to the hospital. So he started yelling at me and started hollering that, he said, you called us. And I said, I know I called you, but I said, I changed my mind. I don't want to go to the hospital now. They hadn't took off. They hadn't even done anything yet. So he's trying to push me around, and I was pushing him off me. So I managed to get out the ambulance, and the driver was coming around. I think he wouldn't call all these police. They all came, no sirens, just real quiet. They came out there, wrestled me down to the ground, choked me until I passed out, held me down. There are all these men. Now, I walk with a walker, and I'm trying to wrestle with them to keep them off of me because I just wanted to go back in my apartment. Well, they wouldn't let me. They got me off the ground. I guess they took me off the ground when I passed out, which I thought I died, put me back in the ambulance, chained my feet and my arms to the gurney, and I woke up and I looked around, and I'm like, what y'all doing to me? So I pulled my right leg out of the chain thing. But then I passed out again. I have no idea what was going on. And then the next time I woke up, I was at the hospital. I seen a couple of officers standing at the end of the bed. I didn't really know where I was when I first woke up. But when I realized I seen everything look white or something like that. So I'm figuring I must be in the hospital, but I heard one of the officers say, do you think she could take on all of us? And I closed my eyes like, this got to be a nightmare. I just want to wake up from this nightmare. And when I did that and opened my eyes, then the doctor that I had been seeing before in the ER was asking them, was I under arrest? They didn't say anything. I guess the boss man came and unhooked me, unchained my hands and my hands and my feet, and they left out like ain't nothing ever happened. But you almost killed me. You choked me until I couldn't breathe, until I passed out, and I thought I was really gone for real. So tell me, and what place is that where you want to be living around these type of things? The police ain't paying no attention to you. I was gonna sue them about the thing that happened, the first thing, about the ambulance and all that, choking me and all that. And then they started following me everywhere I went. I can't tell you exactly when they stopped following me, but then the stalking thing started happening, and it was a guy that I didn't want to be with. At least I thought it was. I believe he was doing it, but I thought maybe by now he should be leaving me alone. I told him no, and that's that. I don't want to be in no relationship. Go on, get away from me. And then, like I said, then I met this man, this security guard, and I'm telling him what's going on. So I'm thinking they're connected with the police of Inkster. So I'm thinking, the police are here now. They ain't gonna let this dude be stalking me, and it's gonna get better in this building. But no, now I'm getting stalked, and then they coming in my house doing it with a key, with a master key. Because I ain't give nobody a key. I'm not going to keep paying no $65 every time and pay my rent too. Every time I'm changing the locks. And I told the landlord, the last time I changed the locks, I said, I'm not paying for no more keys because you have a master key that you're giving out to people. And my door has never been kicked in. So I said, by now, you should be responsible for what's going on. She told me she don't got nothing to do with it. There's nothing she can do. That I have to protect myself. So tell me now. They took the gun. I went in the hospital. I called the lady and told her that my gun was stolen. Okay, when I got back home, when I was talking to her the other day, she said that she didn't go in my apartment when I was gone. She said, nobody went in your apartment. I said, somebody was in there because there was a letter on the couch that was dated, after I left. and they put it, somebody took off the door or whatever and put it in my apartment. So then she said, oh yeah, me and the maintenance man went in there to do a whatever that thing is when you're missing or whatever they think you're missing. And I'm like, but you just told me you didn't go to in my apartment when I was gone. And then they said that my son came and got a key, that he was in my apartment. I don't know what's going on, but I know I'm not very happy about it. It's very uncomfortable, and I feel I have no protection. So I am not going to pay no rent just to be harming myself, or I'm not bothering anybody. You know, now I'm just scared. Because this man told me I better not have a frown on my face. I better not look at him frowned up or mean again. And he was in my face I'm like, it's on camera and everything. He in my face hollering at me. And I'm like, man, who was you talking to? Because I just get away from me. And I think he's God. Because I said, you going to jail for what you did. And he said, I'd like to see that. Like he was arguing with me saying, you ain't going to catch me in no jail. Like he can keep on continue to do what he wants to do, and ain't nothing gonna happen. So it seemed like so far he's telling the truth, because that's the way stuff is going right now. I'm just tired of this stuff. I just want to live in a better place where it's quiet, where I don't have to deal with nobody creeping in my apartment when I'm asleep doing who knows what. So yeah, that's what happened. That's where what happened with all of that. But I really want to try to get like a GoFundMe or something like that, because I need help and I want to move, and I don't want nobody to snuff my life out when I'm trying to live it. I'm trying to be around my grandbabies. I'm trying to enjoy life, because God giving me much more. He's giving me my life back from all the things I've been through in my past. So I'm not going to keep on trying to carry them monkeys on my back. I let them go, so I'm letting them go. All I want to do is be happy. I want to be safe, and I want to be comfortable. Now, if anything other than that happened to me, bet you I ain't did nothing to myself. I'm trying to live, and I'm trying to be happy. I'm just trying to be free from all the troubles and the worries, and this stuff that get you stressed out. You can have a whole couple of strokes, and these people don't give a damn. So I was in my apartment, barricaded. After I got out the hospital, I was up in there like kind of scared to go outside. Didn't want to run into this man, but then I got too stuffed up in there. I'm like, let me go outside. I can hear the kids playing, the birds chirping, and people doing stuff on the holiday. And I was in the house by myself, minding my business. And I've been in the house minding my business. I'm watching my YouTube, or something like that, reading or watching the pastor that I usually watch. And I don't only watch him on Sunday. I watch him all week long. If I'm not watching Pastor Anderson at Lily Grove Baptist Church, I think is he in Texas or Louisiana or something like that. But yeah, I watch him a lot. And I watch the Westerns. I got that from my granddad, because he used to love to watch the Westerns. He'll call me all the way from down the street and tell me he want me to change the channel. And then when I get there to change the channel, he's telling me, I'm like, why you keep calling me? And you got all these kids out here, and then you got other grandkids, but you call me all the time. Because he knew that I was going to sit there and watch the Tigers with him, Detroit Tigers. He knew I was going to watch the Westerns with him, and I enjoyed that. I miss my grandfather a lot. I miss my grandparents a lot. But at 62, I've been through a lot of stuff already. I don't want to mess with this type of stuff. I don't want to play no games with nobody. I don't want to play with my life. So I want to thank y'all, everybody that did pray for me, that prayed for me to be safe and found safe and all that stuff. Yeah, I want to thank you, because the prayers worked. And I'm free, but I still am not free from all this troublesome Arabic security guard, they wouldn't tell me his name so I can make a police report. Nobody wanted to give me his name in the office. We don't know it. I said, you gave this man a master key to my apartment? You giving these people master keys and you don't know their name? So they put me out the office and told me I couldn't come back in the office. That's what they told me today. I need to move. I need to move. Thank you all for your prayers. I appreciate it all. God bless.